Welcome to episode 14 of NASCAR Hotspot podcast. I'm your host, Troy, joined by Caden, Nick, and Chris. This episode, we're going to go over a little bit of the Texas weekend that we missed and what happened to Kevin Harvick that led him to missing the championship four in a season that was bound for a championship. We're also going to go through the championship four and what happened for the drivers to get there, and Xfinity and trucks, and a little more silly season that has happened the past 2 weeks. So let's start this off. How's everyone?
Yeah, I'll let y'all go because that was a hell of an intro.
It wasn't bad. It was good. It was one of the better Texas races.
Didn't we?
Texas. Okay, saying it's one of the better Texas races is like saying a Michigan race is one of the better Michigan races. They all suck.
What do you mean? This one wasn't bad though. This was like at least a 7 out of 10.
Yeah, which for Texas standards, that's like a 12 out of 10. Because Texas.
Yeah, but a 7 is a 7. So
7 is a 7.
7's like average nowadays.
Yeah. What did you want it to be? A 3 out of 10?
Yeah, because it's Texas. I don't like that track.
Didn't we have something like specific you wanted to touch on?
Yeah, Kyle Larson.
No. In Texas, it wasn't there like one thing as specific.
Grayson choked and Kyle Busch won a race.
What happened to trucks? I forgot.
Ben
Rhodes. We got to go over Ben Rhodes.
Ben Rhodes was losing talent the entire time. Oh my God, I'm ready to talk about Ben Rhodes shitty driving.
Yeah.
Wrecked like 2 of my top 5 drivers, Eckes and Lassard.
Yeah.
And then he also kind of wrecked Gillen.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't I like wrecking
What race was that, Caden?
Martinsville.
No, he didn't wreck.
Oh, we're not talking about
Martinsville.
We're talking about Texas.
Yeah, no, he still wrecked him though.
And Rhodes killed Christian Eckes. Yeah, he killed Christian Eckes and then blamed the entire Kyle Busch Motorsports organization for their drivers that have a lack of talent. Which, I mean, the drivers don't have a lot of talent, but Ben Rhodes shouldn't be talking. He has 3 truck wins in almost 5 years, I think. So
I mean, what has KBM drivers done in the past 2 years besides Kyle Busch?
Brandon.
Well, besides Gragson, hasn't been
in the
Gragson and Bells are Gragson. Oh,
yeah.
2 years.
Lassard has been kind of mediocre, but has gotten a lot better lately. Eckes was really good in the summer, but has just choked the whole thing, and he hasn't been that good. Harrison Burton, the truck series he said was not as a good fit for his driving style. And he did pretty good still, even though I missed the playoffs. And Todd Gilliland, it was a mix of luck and kind of not performing. Something wrong with the team and him connecting to the team. So yeah, there's a problem. And with drivers and Kyle Busch Motorsports and stuff like that. Rhodes isn't wrong. Rhodes isn't wrong, but
he has no place to talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mans has literally hit everything besides the broadside of a barn this season.
I mean, Rhodes isn't wrong, but he acts like KBM drivers each week are being Natalie Decker and wrecking their trucks each week, which they're not. Yeah. They're not running great. They're not running perfect by any means, but they're not the bottom tier drivers.
Rhodes is literally racing with them each week. So
yeah,
we've seen KBM run up front a decent bit, especially with Eckes. It just seems like they have problems towards the end of the race that they can't get it done.
Yeah,
especially if you're Ben Rhodes. Maybe if you're Sheldon Creed and you want to talk about KBM, go ahead. But for a guy that's been as bad as Rhodes recently, you can't say anything.
I'll admit, I'm happy that Chandler Smith kind of just sent him. I mean, bad for Bilicki, but I'm just happy that Rhodes got sent.
Yeah, he deserved it. Is that about it for the Rhodes thing? Because besides Gragson choking in the final corner and Burton winning, and then Kyle Busch stretching the fuel in the Cup race and winning for the first time this season, which was cool to see, in my opinion.
I thought it was an empty win. Not gonna lie.
It
the win
was.
doesn't count for much, but like just to keep
It's good
It
for.
keeps the
I think
streak
it's.
alive.
I think it's really good for his What am
Morale.
I looking
confidence,
for?
ego,
Career.
Oh, like yeah, his
confidence.
career and like
Oh,
his motivation, or something like that.
Are we just gonna ignore the word that I'm using?
What word?
morale, ego, confidence.
Yeah, literally
Confidence.
anything
That's what I'm
like
looking for. Confidence.
anything like
Motivation.
mentally positive at all.
Confidence. Yeah. Mentally positive. It helps out a lot. And if he was gonna go into 2021 off a season that he got no win with, and it did not do good at all for his standards, then it makes sense that like this win means a lot to him.
Can we mention Toyota 123, but more mention Christopher Bell? What a run he had!
He could have
wish he
passed
won that.
Truex too.
He could have
could've
passed
passed
Truex, but
Truex.
the package really hurt him. I don't think he was. I doubt he was gonna catch 18.
Nah,
But
I
I
don't
mean-
think he could. But
Kyle
mean,
had
he
a
was
big
running-
lead, didn't he?
Kyle had like a 4-second lead, and Truex
Yeah.
and Bell chopped it down to like, I think at the end of the race, Bell was like 2.5 seconds back, and Truex was half a second back. It was something like that.
yeah, but we like I don't know how, but I expected Bell to do well at Texas. I think Caden did too. I had him winning, which obviously
I had him winning too.
I was pretty close.
I had no evidence to back up him winning Texas.
Neither
I
did
just
I.
thought.
I
I just
saved it.
I just said he'd win Texas. Honestly, Christopher Bell isn't having that great of a season, but he's been mad underrated. He's doing
It's
better
with-
than DiBenedetto.
I think people expect
think
too
the
much.
stats
He's
are
still with
similar.
Levine family.
Stats have
Yeah.
been similar, but competition is way higher this season.
Well, yeah, they got more backing this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a lot more. Like it was basically a fifth Gibbs car.
Yeah.
And now
He's
they-
winning
And
next
for-
season.
and for
He's
a
winning 2
rookie-
races next season.
And for a rookie, he has like 3 top 5s, I think, and like 8 top 10s around there.
Yeah.
I think that's really good for like
Where do you
I think
a rookie
finish?
season.
Yeah.
Kyle Larson. You want
Kyle
to
Larson to the
introduce it?
5 car. Kyle Larson to the 5. Caden's mad, but it's the most obvious.
I'm not
choice.
mad. I'm not saying he didn't deserve it. I'm just saying there could be an
Slams his head on the
argument.
table.
I'm not saying he didn't deserve it, but I'm just saying Jones could have done equally, if not maybe a little bit better in that car.
I feel like Hendrick is thinking long term.
Yeah, obviously. If
They signed a
Jones signed
multi-year
it,
contract, so
yeah.
Yeah.
They
If
definitely
Jones signed a deal,
wanted
it
to
would have
keep
only been 1
Larson.
year.
Only problem is
Yeah.
he's not going to get sponsors at all. No way is anyone sponsoring him.
Yeah, but if he goes out and wins like 2 or 3 races, then someone will sponsor him next.
Yeah, but like Daytona is definitely Hendrick.
Daytona is just
Chevy
be-
Goods for sure.
No, he's definitely going to be driving an all-black car, no sponsor, no nothing. Not even Hendrick wants to sponsor him.
I have a feeling that Lumar is going to jump on for a few races because
maybe.
I guess he's close with, what was it, the vice president there?
yeah,
he's
I
close
remember.
with
I
him?
remember that.
Oh, yeah. I
Yeah.
read something about that.
Yeah.
So
What if Farmers Insurance comes back?
Nah.
They won't.
Nah.
I
They won't
wish.
They
come
wouldn't
back.
come back. They wouldn't come back. I mean, they never produce great schemes anyways.
Final thoughts on the Larson deal?
Was anyone surprised after Jones got announced to the 43?
was
No.
anyone surprised once Larson reinstated?
No. Let's go over Martinsville. So
No.
Trucks.
truck
Whoa.
race.
Sheldon Creed.
The race was non-stop caution. How many cautions were there? There were.
Oh, no, I did watch the whole race. Never mind.
11 cautions for 82 laps. So
I watched-
82 out of the 200 laps are under caution.
I watched the last 5 laps.
Yeah,
I was playing.
it was pretty painful to watch because like the racing wasn't that good in my opinion.
I mean, the racing wasn't that
Besides like the last
It's typical
like
Martin.
restarts where it was like just like kill everyone in the way that gets besides you. I think the racing was kind of like all right for Martinsville. Into the race. So you should go over every playoff driver. So Austin Hill, he was the regular series champion, and they said going into the race that Martinsville was one of his weaker tracks, and that they just pretty much needed to survive, and that did not happen. He was doing really bad already, and then they had a electrical issue or something like that, and they couldn't get it working, and they finally had to drop out of the race, and that ended Austin Hill's hope for a championship 4. I'm not an Austin Hill fan, so
I feel bad.
I'm honestly happy, but like at the same time, playoff screw another driver. Like he was like top 4 driver, probably behind Creed, Smith, and maybe Moffitt the entire season.
He's second
and
with old points.
Second, I'd say he's behind Creed. That's it.
No,
Yeah,
he's
really,
actually behind Moffitt. Moffitt actually has the most points.
Moffitt's.
Oh.
Wow.
With the old system, he's 4 behind Moffitt, so that should be really close.
A good system.
Yeah, on racing references for the full season points, he's 4 behind him.
Creed's 22. Zane Smith would be 40.
And Finger like 8th in points, but yet he's in the final 4 because he won. Anyway,
so it was pretty much like all the other racers pretty much like GMS dominating, besides Ankrum, of course, which is like Creed, Smith, and Moffitt dominated the race mainly. They led most of the way. And it was a pretty like there's a lot of cautions in the race, and then I forget what exactly happened. But in the closing laps, who was it? I think Lassard came down on Rhodes.
Moffitt.
No, on Rhodes, and then Rhodes had nowhere to go, and Moffitt was behind him, and they checked up into him, I think.
I don't think Lassard came down. It looks like Lassard was running his lane. I think Rhodes came up.
Well, it was hard racing. It was like
I
really
bet
close racing.
Was running his lane.
Yeah, probably. I mean, it's Ben Rhodes. What more could you expect?
Yeah. So this took out Moffitt, which he was already locked in to the championship for. Moffitt had, I think, the fastest car all race. Truck. Same thing.
That's why Moffitt led literally 0 laps, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
He led 0 laps.
I was looking at that. I'm like, how many laps did he lead? I'm like,
Johnny
0.
Sauter led
We're
39
just not gonna,
laps.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
2020. There's no way.
And then I forgot what happened. I forgot what happened, but he choked it. I forget how.
He's Johnny Sauter, and he lost all his talent back in 2007, like Stuart Friesen said in the Texas race.
Tyler Ankrum finished 12th, and I was hoping that he would do something in this race, but it's 2020. He did nothing this race. Creed was already locked in, and he finished 8th, even though he had probably like he had 65 laps, which I think was the most out of everyone. So he had the fastest truck, and if I'm correct, it was either him or Smith that got spun in like one of the final restarts and everything. And I think it was Creed, and he rebounded, but still it was it kind of killed his chances to win the race. Crafton, I remember he was the one battling for that final spot. I think it was with
him versus Zane Smith.
Zane Smith. Okay.
Yeah.
Crafton finished 5th, and he would have gotten in if someone besides his teammates Imfinger or Rhodes won, which of course Imfinger won, and that bumped him out of the championships. He cannot go back to back on the championships. And then Zane Smith got 3rd, and yeah, he got 3rd.
I don't even know how Ben Rhodes finished the race. I'm kind of disappointed that he did. I'm extremely disappointed in the track field that Ben Rhodes finished the race, let alone second.
Yeah, the last restart was like it was short track races, Martinsville racing, but it was like the last couple laps before the restart was like it was pretty dirty for like Imfinger. Like
he was driving. Imfinger not dirty?
He was driving pretty dirty. Like there's a line between like short track race and being aggressive, and then just playing out, not letting people pass, not giving like people their lane when they're under you, and like it was bad. Imfinger won over an overtime restart. Good for him. He's in the championship 4, and that was his 4th win of the season. So the championship 4 now is set, and it is the 3 GMS guys of Moffitt, Creed, and Smith joined by the one Thor Sport guy, Grant and Finger.
Do we want to give our championship prediction now, or do we want to do it like at the end?
No, let's just do it now. Nick, who's your championship pick for trucks?
I think it'll be Moffitt, but I want Creed to win.
Chris, who do you think it is?
I'm going to go with the young gun and say Zane Smith.
Troy, who do you think it is?
I was going to go with Smith. I have a little bit more of a feeling for Creed, but I just feel like Smith can get it.
I'm going with Moffitt.
Canadians versus Americans on this one.
Okay. We'll have to see us unfold.
It didn't even happen in Xfinity. I forgot.
Burton won again. Yeah.
Yeah, Burton dominated it.
Did he like straight dominate it?
He led 81 laps.
Yeah, so it wasn't a complete domination.
50 laps? Yeah.
Domination is like Truex 2019. That's domination.
Well, I just remember I would just hear Burton getting the lead and then he'd just take off.
Yeah, the closest to him was Allmendinger led 68 laps.
It didn't seem like that many.
2 laps
It didn't even. He blew a tire.
Oh.
He had a blue tire. He had a pit.
Good.
Man, only like perfect.
What do you mean good? Allmendinger's my guy.
I don't like Allmendinger.
I want him to win, bro.
He's gonna be full time next year. Watch.
Going into this, it was like a really close battle between Chastain and Haley, I think it was.
It was
Chastain
basically
and Brandon
everyone
Jones.
that wasn't locked in.
Well, Chastain, Haley, and Brandon Jones, and then Gregson was a must-win, but had a really good chance, had a really fast car. But Burton showed up in the final laps, pretty much, or like most of the race. While Gregson struggled for track position to keep his track position, like he would be like mid-pack at some points and struggle to like stay up there, and cautions would fall in his place. But yeah.
From what I remember, I don't think Brandon Jones had a good. I think he was like struggling to get top 10, so I think he had to win in the final stage to advance, or everyone else to be bad, and then Gregson could have won. I was hoping Gregson won because I wanted to see what he can do in the final four. It'll be carnage, but I would love that.
He also deserved it the most,
I guess.
Yeah, he's been extremely consistent. Besides the two, no, but have you seen his finishes in the playoffs?
No.
Weren't they like ridiculously high?
Yeah, they were really good.
Yeah,
besides like two of them, fifth, 7th, 2nd, 3rd, 2nd, 36, 2nd, 3rd.
Where did he finish 36? Oh, that was Kansas.
Early,
you see, exactly. He would have.
He deserved it the most. Like his finishes were crazy.
Yep. So did Harvick deserve it. Again, we'll get to that. Can we just get to that? I just want to.
No, we got to go over Xfinity. So Sieg was an easy out. Jones was mediocre all day. Chastain had a fast car, wasn't fast enough. And then Cindric makes it in. Briscoe's already locked in. Allgaier makes it in off points. And then Haley also makes it in as the final guy to make it in. And he had like a top 5 car all day, but he kind of like fell back late and he finished 12th. The Cup Series. So full race rundown. Chase Elliott. Oh, we know. Truex led very early, and Chase Elliott started like 9th or something like that. So he had to work his way through the field, but Truex pulled away a little bit and led all the laps until the comp caution. And then fast forward, they restart. I think Truex is leading, and then Chase takes the lead. If I'm correct, how that works. And then there is an accident between Clint Boyer and Austin Dillon and Eric Almirola, where Almirola in the backstretch is under Clint Boyer, and Clint Boyer does not give the position up. And Almirola is just like, no, I'm not backing off, and spins Boyer, and Dillon had nowhere to go, but none of them got like damaged really. That was pretty minor. Fast forward, we got a lot of back markers having problems. 70s. In this process, Harvick is in danger of going lap down. And while this happens, he gets contact from Kenseth, and this blows Harvick's tire. Harvick needs to pit, and Harvick is 2 laps down. Now, while the second he comes out of pit road and he's 2 laps down, a caution comes out, and everyone ahead of him pits, so Harvick gets the wave route, so he's automatically 1 lap down now, and he would spend 200 of the next laps trying to get that lap back. And a caution, there's a lot of long runs, but a caution would come out and he would not be the free pass. It would be like guys like Timmy Hill or JJ Yaley, I remember was one of them. And Timmy Hill got 3 straight lucky dogs, bruh.
Yeah, I remember seeing that. Like Chase would catch him and then a caution would come out.
What a bomb.
That's funny.
The only other things that happened was Chase Elliott choked his pit stops 2 times. When you're mid race and all you see is your driver's name pop up from Bob.
Oh my god. Heart sinks.
Bro, that is always the scariest feeling when you're just chilling and then all of a sudden you see a tweet from Bob with your name or with your driver's name on it. You're like, no. That happened
before the Texas race. Well, before like it originally started on Sunday. It said Bartrick Jr. I'm just like, oh my god, what went wrong now? What, are we going to the back? No, we got a 20 point. We would have made the playoffs if, well, it's not hypothetical. It's true.
You're already in the playoffs.
Okay, we would have made the championship if for one, James Small for some reason didn't. Why would he touch the spoiler? That's like the only part of the car that you're not supposed to touch, but he touched it because he's Australian. I'm sorry to any Australians watching. And
they're very adventurous people.
Considering the fact that Truex was still at the end of the race 66 points behind Harvick, he would not have made it into the Final Four with that penalty not being there.
I swear when he was running second, he was 27 points behind. Oh, that may have been when Keselowski or someone was leading. That would have made a lot of sense. Okay.
So Chase wins. And y'all can go over to finish with points and everything. But, like, make sure you mention the last 30 laps actually that happened.
So Truex, what happened? He got a loose tire. Thanks, Tigger. Love you guys so much. He got a loose tire, which ended up he still finished 22nd, which isn't good. Didn't win him, so nothing happened there. Kevin Harvick raced his heart out. I mean, the man was racing hard, and he knew what he had to do. He had to pass Kyle Busch to win. And he was saying it with 20 to go. He's like, to Rodney Childress, he's like, don't tell me what the point situation is. He didn't want to hear it. And then Rodney Childress with I think it was 2 to go. He's like, you need to pass this 18 car. Harvick went for it. Harvick went for it hard. And as he was going for it, Hamlin was dropping like a rock. And you know who was in 12th behind Denny Hamlin? The number 20 of Eric Jones. If I was Eric Jones, I would have driven around him. Joey was fired me earlier in the season, so it doesn't matter. But, I mean, come on. Harvick sent it. He ended up spinning himself in the process, which gave Kyle Busch a 360. He ended up keep going. That's cool. Harvick failed to advance with 9 wins. And in regular season points, he has clinched the championship already. Someone explained to me how that is the most fair and balanced playoff system of all time. I want to legitimately hear it.
I actually say it because I'm not gonna say it, but people were DMing me.
We're not about to rebuttal him.
People were like,
that one guy.
Yo, they use this format in the NBA and the NFL and stuff like that.
You know what NASCAR is doing right now? And I'm getting this from Iceberg's video that was posted earlier today because I said and watched it all because Iceberg is a great content creator on YouTube. Shout out Iceberg. Continuing my statement now. NASCAR is trying to combine the NFL style playoff with the NCAA March Madness tournament. Yep. And it is ridiculous and straight BS by NASCAR to do this. You cannot sit there and tell me y'all looked at this, saw it on paper, and decided, oh yeah, this is the best way to decide a champion. No, the format that we had from 2004 into 2006 or 7?
6.
2006 is a million times better than this. 10 drivers, 10 races, go. None of this 16 drivers, win and you're in, elimination style BS. No. 10 drivers, 10 races, go. That's the best format that we've had.
They're trying to create intentional drama. That's what this is. And
Like
if
Daddy
we could,
said, they want a Game 7 moment. You can't get that in a
It's
race.
for
you
two
can't get
reasons.
that.
They're trying
Yeah.
to make it more dramatic, and they're trying to appeal to the more general sports fan that's used
Yeah.
to like ball
Well,
sports.
when
Which, I
you
mean,
when
on
you
pen
try
and
to take
paper,
ball sports, when you try to take ball sports
It
rules
just
and
doesn't
implement it
work.
in
It
motorsports, you
just
can't
doesn't
do it.
work. Yeah.
No, it's garbage. It's BS
on
by
pen and
NASCAR.
paper, it sounds like a good idea. And if they were going to keep this format, I think they should totally scrap the win and you advance to next round. I think if they're going to do that, they can give whoever wins more points. I don't care because that's deserved.
Give them
If they
like
won,
5
they
to
won.
10 more points.
Give them maybe 15 or 20 if you want to go that
Mhm.
far.
I
I'd say
like
10 to 15.
max.
10 to 15, somewhere in there. I don't care. You give them as many points as you want, but you cannot sit here and tell me Joey Logano has been good all season. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying he's been garbage, but he got 2 wins early on. I can't tell you a race where Logano surprised me from his win at Vegas. Was Vegas his first win or second win?
First.
Vegas was the first because Phoenix was second. He won
Yeah.
back-to-back
Okay, yeah,
weeks.
So Phoenix,
No.
did he deserve it more than Kevin Harvick?
Well, God, no.
No.
God,
No one, almost no one did.
No one deserved it more
No
than
one
him.
did
There was
deserve it more
no
than
one.
him.
There was no one that like if they were
And-
at the playoffs, there was no one that could be like, oh, Harvick shouldn't have made it above this guy. Like, there's
Yeah.
no one.
And I don't want to sound biased, but I think Logano's higher in points than Truex by like 10 actually.
Let me look at
Like in regular
playoff standings. He is ahead by 15.
I'm not saying Truex should have made it over Logano, but it just sucks to see how many good runs he had. He finished second at Texas, that's what it's called. He did finish seventh at Kansas, and then he should have finished second, but like that all happened. That's not his fault. But he still ended up finishing 22nd. Basically, my summary is Harvick should have made the Final Four, and no one can debate that. We need a new system right now. They won't change it, but we need one.
It still wouldn't be ideal, but I was thinking that they could still do the rounds and just cut off guys instead of doing the win and you're in. So like the points would carry over. It still wouldn't be as good, but it would be better than the win and go through.
Yeah, I don't like the idea of win the first race of the round and you could take off.
Yeah.
I hate that idea because like the playoffs were made to an all-out 10 race grind, and you have to be like on your game all the way out. And like the fact that you win the first race of a round and you're clear until the next round is just like it's not fun. I remember like Logano in 2018, like he won Martinsville, but then he crashed really early in Texas.
Phoenix.
And it
in
meant
Phoenix.
like in Phoenix, and to him it's just like it means nothing. Like you've wrecked the car and like it means nothing. You're in the Final Four. So Texas and Phoenix are nothing. And I don't like that. It's stupid how they like created that. And I want to go back to like how we mentioned how things like the NCAA and the NFL. I mentioned a lot of people that like each game in those series you're against one team. As obviously in NASCAR, you're against the whole entire competition every week. There's no one that's changing. They're going to competing with competitive. So I don't see like how it's fair to take a sport like that is a different team most games to put it up against where you're competing against the same field every week and hopefully you see it. It's kind of hard to explain, but like I feel like it makes a lot of sense. And yeah.
This isn't going to make any sense. I don't think you guys will get this, but what if instead of the playoffs, we had a 35 race regular season, and then the final race, the top 4 points go on to, let's say, Phoenix, and then they raced out for the championship. Then you still have to grind. Yes, Troy, you want to raise your hand?
Top two.
You know, top two, I could definitely agree with that.
Because people are like, I don't want them locking. I'd rather a champion lock it up before the finale than what happened to Harvick. But honestly, people don't like them locking it up before the finale. And I feel like if they take the top two, which is usually the top two are the most deserving. Like look at all recent years, top two. There's always 2 out of the 4 of the final 4 that are most deserving. So just take the top 2 and put them up against each other.
Exactly. Yeah. So 35 races. So you still have to battle through the whole season. It's not you're Austin Dillon, you win, and you can just float on by to the round of 16 where you're going to get eliminated. You have to race every race your hardest, 100%, and it's just you're going to have those guys who dominate, but that's how sports should be. Sports should be dominated. I would rather have domination than a close finish, a photo finish every week. It's just domination is a part of sports, and people need to realize that whether they don't like it, it's still going to happen no matter what they change.
You can't force it.
And that's what NASCAR is doing. They're forcing the desperation of drivers, and that's what we got. We got Harvick wrecking Kyle Busch coming to the line for that 1 point to get into championship 4, and that's not cool to see. And everyone else is like, oh, that was dirty. Harvick shouldn't have done that. But it's like, you feel for the guy. His
whole season was on the line.
He's forced in this situation, and I hate that it does that.
Like I mentioned earlier today in the group chat, how like I didn't really feel any emotion about seeing Harvick get eliminated. I think one thing I realized in his post-race interview, he was really calm and really collected about it all. And he mentioned how these championships aren't like Petty and Earnhardt's did back in the day. Another thing, he said he'd rather win races and have the season that he had than win the championship, because drivers don't care if they get eliminated anymore. They don't care about winning the championship anymore, because these championships are not real championships. They're not what it used to be. Even just what, let's say, I'd say the whole real championships ended in 13, and even then, it's not really. The last real one was Kenseth because he dominated an entire season.
The last real one was Martin Truex Jr. in 2017.
Guess what? That's still with the assistance of the playoffs, no matter what he did throughout the entire season.
Even with wins and points, he would have won.
Hey, guess what? Would have had a round of 8 like Harvick did this year. He would have won the championship.
Yeah. And
so it's garbage. This system is complete and utter garbage. Is what's going to happen? Chase Briscoe is going to go into the Xfinity race next week and crash out 15 laps in, and then he's going to basically be in the same boat as Harvick.
Yeah,
the exact same boat.
Justin Haley championship.
If Justin Haley wins, I'll quit watching NASCAR.
If neither of the Fords win the championship in Xfinity, then it's garbage.
Yeah,
Justin Allgaier's been good, but he's nowhere near Cindric. And
as an Allgaier fan, I want him to win, but at the same time, if he wins, I will not be satisfied with that. Because
exactly, like the same reason how I wanted Truex to win, advance, and then win at Phoenix. I would have loved to see that, but it just wouldn't have felt genuine.
Other than Dover, though, like Allgaier hasn't really shown domination like the other guys have.
Richmond.
Oh, was
Richmond.
It? Oh, my bad.
Yeah,
he won Dover too, though, didn't he?
He won both of the Dover races.
Yeah.
No, Chase Briscoe won.
Wait, hold on.
Briscoe won one of them.
No, not Dover. No.
He swept Richmond.
Allgaier swept Richmond. I was saying.
Oh, that's what it was. Different boring oval. My bad.
It's not boring. Richmond's
Richmond's
good.
Not boring.
Richmond's top tier. Richmond's top tier.
Richmond's like a 5 out of 10.
Can we talk about Denny Hamlin now?
I feel like I have something else to say.
Thank you.
But Denny Hamlin and Jones. The Gibbs fan can go over that one.
I don't agree with what they did.
If I was Jones, I would have done a big middle finger and just hooked it right into Hamlin.
Imagine if he spun Hamlin out after being told that.
Imagine he
would've.
makes like one mistake and he just like puts Hamlin to the wall and he's like, oopsie.
Oh man, my bad. Shucks.
He would have tested
like
positive for
what-
COVID next weekend.
Next week he pulls a Casey Kane and he starts his ride at Petty early.
Who got kicked from their car this year in trucks?
Angelo Rook.
Yeah.
No, the other one. There was another one, I swear.
Majeski.
Oh yeah, Tyler
Majeski.
Jones.
yeah.
For Bane.
Jones randomly got
massive
kicked from his
down,
car.
Oh, dude, my dad and I were joking about that earlier today.
You know me. I'm a big Toyota guy. I like Hamlin. I like Jones. But what they did is that's what Spingate was. Spingate was more, you see, I want to compare them. They're two different things, but they're two very similar ways that they were done. They both were helping someone advance. And they had, I forget what Spingate was. I watched a video on it today. It was no penalty for Boyer, but there was a penalty for the 55 of Vickers for pitting to give Truex a position to make the playoffs because he needed that. And you know what Jones was doing? Not taking that position from Hamlin so Hamlin could make the Final Four. I like Hamlin. I want him to get his first championship. But in that sense, I'm going to say it. I think Hamlin's going to get penalized. I think he's going to lose.
They already confirmed.
Oh, yeah.
They already confirmed.
No, they didn't. They said Jones isn't getting penalized. They didn't say Hamlin.
But they can't penalize Hamlin because you know NASCAR after the year Hamlin's had and how many people are behind Hamlin and want him to make the championship, they won't just like take it out of his hands.
Dude, NASCAR is not like F1. There are no team orders in NASCAR. You can't make team orders in NASCAR. What happened was BS again.
Exactly. Jones, if I was Jones, I would have raced my heart out. I would have passed Hamlin. You know what? You're getting fired. I would have
done a bump and run.
You got fired. Why are you helping a guy who's not your teammate? Yes, they might be friends, which people are saying. Yeah, but Jones could have had a top 10 there. Who knows? Maybe Jones had a great car. Maybe Jones could have finished top 5. It was unlikely, but maybe he could have. But that's all out the window now.
Mm-hmm.
It's so stupid. This isn't real racing anymore. This is
none of it
teams and the drivers. Yeah, it's the teams and the drivers manipulating the system.
Adding to like what you said, how it's like it's not real race anymore. I mentioned in my story like last night that like NASCAR wants drama over skill. I
said that in the chat and you just took my words.
Yeah, I pretty much did. I remember that. The Winston format was pretty much like put them all on track, let them race, let them show the skill, let them entertain the fans themselves. And it proved that you don't need to put all these like bonus points and like
all these gimmicks.
Things.
The only thing I can argue that I actually enjoy from recent years that they've added is stage racing. That's the only thing I mildly enjoy because it rewards.
That. I still do.
You don't like it?
It wrecks momentum too much.
It wrecks momentum, but I feel like it rewards consistency throughout the whole race. It brings more strategy in. But then again, they're bringing more gimmicks in.
It eliminates strategy.
Yeah,
I don't
like the fact
strategy.
Yeah, I don't like the fact that there's a caution. I don't like the fact that they know when there's a caution.
Yeah, I would have rather
they should
keep going. They should keep going. They should tally down who gets the stage win or whatever. But instead of throwing the caution, they just keep going.
Exactly.
It would make it
just keep it green.
Stage cautions. So like sometimes there would be no stages. Sometimes they just throw them randomly. That would be a big.
Okay, Nick.
That would be a shakeup.
Oh, what? Do you want to put the caution clock back on? Is that what you want? We saw how much of a failure that was with the truck series.
And
Kansas.
That was wait, was the caution clock for Kenseth in 2017, which got him eliminated?
No, that was.
Or didn't he have too many men over the wall? I can't believe got him eliminated.
He had like a crazy amount. I think it was like
there's like 9,
like 9 or something like that.
He was NASCAR.
The 8th or 9th guys gotta like go over the wall and be like, hold up.
Imagine being that 9th guy. You're like, wait.
You
just see him 1 foot out of the pit box. He looks around and just puts that foot back in the pit box.
Yeah, he's just looking around. He's just looking around.
Away.
He's like counting the guys. He's like, you know, I might as well. We're already getting penalized.
If it happened to Chase, NASCAR has implemented a new rule where you can have as many guys over the wall as the car number.
That would have happened.
Honestly, they probably said I did. Well, we didn't have cameras over there. We didn't see it.
Yeah.
Xfinity Championship picks.
Nick, you go.
Justin Haley. Nah,
what?
For real, I'm gonna say Briscoe. I pray that he gets it done because he definitely deserves it more than anyone else.
Chris.
I know who Chris has. Say it.
No, I'm gonna say Briscoe because Briscoe does deserve it more.
Mm-hmm.
But if he doesn't get it, then obviously Cindric because he's the second guy. Like if it's neither of the Fords, another playoff fault.
Yeah, even though I don't like Cindric, I'm content if Cindric wins it because he deserves it more.
I've already said
on that note, I'm gonna say Briscoe, definitely.
I'm gonna go Haley. No, I'm joking. I would.
Oh, piss off!
I'd legitimately stop watching NASCAR if Haley wins. Like you can take my word for it, but if Haley wins the championship, you can hold me to it. I don't care. The sport's fake now.
I'm going to hold you.
You can hold me to it. You can hold me to it. I dare you. My real championship pick is Briscoe.
That's good.
All right.
Now Cup championship.
Cup championship.
Cup championship pick.
I'm gonna say Elliott last. Chase Elliott last. I'm gonna say Logano third, Keselowski second, and I think Hamlin gets it done this year. Finally.
Chris, go.
I might switch Hamlin and Brad.
Okay, I'm just gonna say this: whoever's soundbite like actually gets it right is gonna go in intro next week.
Or whoever at least gets the championship pick right.
Hamlin and Brad are interchangeable in my opinion. I might switch it.
Hamlin's gonna wreck.
Can't just say you switch it now.
Hamlin's gonna wreck. He's gonna finish fourth in points.
Hayden, be quiet. You probably have Truex first.
Yeah, I really do think so.
I don't have Truex winning.
Bro, Hamlin's gonna piss off someone in the race, and he's gonna get wrecked. That's what's gonna happen.
No, he's gonna piss off someone in the race. Joey, but keep going.
Joey's gonna finish third because he'll probably end up wrecked too because he'll piss off someone else. You know what? They'll probably take out each other just because.
I don't like where you're going with this.
I'm cool with that. I like how this
Chase will be second.
Okay, I'll take second, honestly.
Homeboy is from Michigan, and he's the best car on the short tracks this year. Brad Keselowski is your champion. But Harvick's going to win the race to piss everyone off, even more than they are.
10 wins on the season, I honestly would be pretty happy.
He's the people's champ.
Yep. Okay, Troy, you go.
All right, this might turn a little biased here.
Oh God.
No. He already has Chase first.
Okay, God. Fourth will be Logano. Third will be Hamlin. Second will be Keselowski. Chase first. Yeah, I'm in between.
You're so stupid. I don't know how you can get.
I'm in between on first and second.
I mean, you're in between.
Chase is a god at Phoenix, but like Keselowski's Keselowski. I feel like
Chase is a god, but then he also gets screwed somehow. So I don't know why. One track a year at improving, bud. One track a year at improving.
Yeah.
You got Martinsville.
I can't ask for too much. You got Martinsville down finally.
Okay, so I have fourth. I'm gonna say, this is hard. I think at Phoenix they're all pretty equal. I'm gonna say fourth is gonna be Hamlin. Not because he wrecks, but I just don't see him being better than Chase, Joey, or Brad. I'm gonna say third is gonna be. I'm going to say Brad is third. Second, I'm praying Chase Elliott finishes second because I don't want him winning. He does not deserve that more than Hamlin.
Are you about to say someone's going to get his second championship?
I don't want to say it, but you know when you've got that gut-wrenching feeling that something's going to happen that's going to upset you any way that happens. I don't want Joey to win the championship because he's been bad. Not bad, but he's not been great most of the season. I think Joey Logano gets his second undeserving championship of his career.
I'd go right along with this playoff format.
Yeah. I mean, he should have 4 championships if we use the other playoff format.
Yeah.
Shouldn't he?
Yeah.
Truex would have 2. Joey would have 4. Harvick would have.
Dude, imagine if that was the format and Joey had 4 championships right now.
Joey won from 2014, 2015, 2016. I think.
And then
Oh, never mind. I love this playoff format.
He had
So
some
good.
of those too.
Yeah, I think he had 2018 again, actually.
Yeah, because he did.
Yeah, 2014, 2015, 2016 was Joey. 2017 was Truex. 2018
Was Joey.
Joey.
2019 was still Kyle.
No, 2019 was Truex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was one of
and
the
then
two.
2020 was Harvick.
Well, yeah, because he already had it locked.
Yeah.
By the time he even made that video, it was already locked.
Yeah. I don't know why I just said Joey Logano wins the championship. I was debating Joey and Chase.
I was honestly debating like Joey and Brad, but I just have this gut feeling that like Joey's gonna do something. And
Joey's gonna wreck someone. I'm already calling it. I think if Joey's gonna wreck anyone,
it's gonna be Hamlin.
Chase.
No, he's gonna wreck Hamlin
Chase,
if anything.
And the fans are gonna go mental.
We got over pretty much everything.
Yeah, he's just about gone over everything.
Off?
I didn't even rant about Truex. This is a new record.
Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening to the episode, and I hope to see you back next week as we discuss the champions. I hope championship week is great and Phoenix it becomes a deserving track on the schedule. Make sure you follow me. That's your hotspot. From wherever you're listening to. What is it like? Follow on
Spotify, Apple Music.
Spotify and Apple Music, and then subscribe on YouTube.
It is subscribe on iTunes, Apple Podcast. Yeah. Subscribe on there too. Yeah. Be sure to leave us a review.
Yeah, leave us a review.
Yeah.
You know,
unless
like,
it's bad.
comment.
Unless it's bad, don't. We
don't leave us a
Yeah,
review.
maybe we'll start. Maybe
negativity.
like once we start getting enough, maybe we'll start reading some reviews.